All right, my new Arctic Leopard XC Pro S Enduro. This is my first ride. See how she does. Give you some feedback. Stock tires are not great. Front's decent. Rear is, I feel like you can break it loose at any point. So you got to be real mindful of that on the throttle. But it's not too bad. If you just remember that you can spin it up. I got it at about 10 PSI, I think. And the front's around 15. Like it's so light and nimble. I weighed it and it actually weighs what they claim it weighs, 167 pounds, which coming from a Ultra Sigma or Ultra B at 200 pounds is a big difference. I think I want to go that way. So I'm not riding 100% because I wrecked about a week and a half ago and jammed my thumb real bad. So my right hand, my throttle hand's having trouble holding on. Front, about tucked the front there, washed out. Tree. Yeah, so, oh, that's not good. That's binding up. I don't like that. My thumb is hurting.
Just thought to put my goggles on. I can't see shit.
Oh yeah, I'm probably kicking up a lot of dust. Sorry.
After like the third bug or rock or whatever.
Yeah, I'm spinning a lot. I'm not using hardly any throttle, and it just spins. This tire's hard.
I already popped the tube, or
it's just a gummy. They just fold over. They don't corner.
It sucks.
They don't corner worth a damn.
This speed, it sucks.
But if you're in gravel or if you're in a creek, it's great. We can slow down a little bit. The front suspension feels good. The rear is a little pogo-y.
Yeah.
I'm going to take compression out and add a little rebound.
Yeah.
Because it's skipping and hopping a lot. And that kind of sucks about this bike is the rear rebound is hard to get to. I think this way is more kind of hard to get to. All right, 3 clicks, -1 up there. Front feels good though. I still bottom it out, but it's not harsh. It's stiff, but it's feels pretty good. Oh yeah. Nice and overcast today.
It's beautiful.
Oh, can't see shit. Can't see the rocks. Oh, this way. Sure you can't tell it on video, but a lot of hidden rocks in these leaves. I like to grab your front tire and throw them around. Whoa. I just slid both tires at the same time. What I was saying is, with this 21-inch front wheel, it's a lot more stable. There's a lot more gyroscopic effect of the wheel and tire being bigger, farther from the center line, that keeps it more stable. Plus it's just bigger, so it makes everything a little smaller. So you could comfortably go through stuff like that at a higher speed than you could with a 19. The power delivery on this bike is so smooth. It's not twitchy at all, but it's there when you need it, and it just picks up the front tire when you want to. Oh, it's so good. And the throttle tube doesn't have a ton of rotation to it. It's like maybe a third turn, maybe a quarter turn. I don't know, I'll have to measure it, but it's nice. You never need a whole lot of twist in the tube. And I'm in mode 3. I like the power of mode 4, but it's not necessary riding like this. Nice hard pack with some loose crap on top. And the tune's interesting. It just feeds in more power the faster you go. It's kind of nice for trying to keep traction. Didn't like it at first, but I'm getting used to it, and I can kind of see its advantage of riding it like this. Motor's got a nice little hum to it. Almost sounds like a supercharger on a car. It's kind of, it's nice. I don't know if my camera can pick that up or not. It's a very nice sound. But my stupid front brake line is not staying in its guide very well. My brake line keeps doing this. It's not slipping and sliding. Other than that, it's good. You wanna go, you wanna lead for a while?
Yeah. I mean, do you necessarily know where we're going?
That general direction. I got a horn so I can stop you if I want to. It sounds like this. Oh, mud pit. Fuck that mud. I don't want none of that. I'm gonna stop and put my goggles on. Whoa. Brake check. Yeah, it's very quiet. He's got a gummy front tire with no air in it, so his front end's probably washing out constantly. Ooh. Afraid of hitting one of these jumps and being in the air, and then there being like a tree squeeze, and I can't make it. That would hurt. Can. Turning Regen off. That was a good experiment. I like it. All right, so I've been playing with the Regen.
Oh,
You all right?
yeah. I got hit with, I don't know what kind of bush it was, but there was one little stub hanging out and it hit me right square in the nipple. I was like, oh.
So the way Regen works on this bike, if you guys don't know, you got this on-off switch here. And when it's off, you got no Regen. When it's on, as soon as you pull either brake, it kicks the power, so you have no power, and it does a Regen. And I didn't like it at first. I just tried it. It's actually pretty good. What I wish you could do, I don't know if the brakes are on separate channels, but I wish you could program like a percentage of Regen with one brake, and then if you want more, you can just barely touch the other brake and it kick it up to say a level 2. That would be kind of cool. But I do like the way it works without having to work a separate control, like a button or a thumb throttle or anything like that. So I just got to remember that I've got it, and it's fairly strong. Like it can, you just barely get enough to unload that button, and it regens the back tire pretty hard, so it could break it loose coming into a corner pretty easy. But I do like it. I just wish you could program it. Oh, acorn. Oh, this tree's nice and dead. I just wish you could fine-tune that kind of stuff, which would be really cool. It's a little probably above most average users' head to do that kind of thing, and mine, but I could learn. Pretty cool though. I like it. I don't like that reverse and the horn switch are the same button, and I also don't like that you have to be in neutral for reverse to work. I want it to work anytime you hit the button and come to a stop. So that would be something cool you could change too, but I don't know. Oh shit. You up for this? Just remember, if you fall towards the bank. Anticlimactic. I just tried my hardest not to break traction.
Yeah, but you like pulled your bike up.
Advantages of a lightweight bike.
I'm on my kick. I'm on my foot bag. Look at this. Working job.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you got this.
Parked up. Oh shit.
Try to get your butt end all the way over your tire so it doesn't skip sideways. I'll be like the trials guy and try to catch you or the bike.
Do it slow.
Yeah. Just stop or run over my bike. There you go. Easy. Didn't even need my help. Yeah. Bark, bark, bark. Bark, bark. There was some cartoon, I think it was South Park, and they had a robot dog, and his name was Bark Bark. All right, see how hard I can hit this tree.
Give me a little bit.
All right. Oop, didn't make that one. Oh, I'm rolling. I love it. Oh wow, there's like a rock wall over there. Oh, don't go back. Nice. So I'm gonna shoot for right in the middle. Oh, my camera's on.
I doubt it.
It is, I think. Let me look for the reflection. Yeah. This is like a skid plate basher. Pretty hard here. It's like 2 foot.
Oh well.
Huh?
I said, oh well.
Yeah. Oh well. New bike test. Oh, don't spin. Nice. Somehow kept traction. There's a stick in my spokes. You convert all your forward motion into upward motion. Try it just like you did it, but try to get over the bars more when the rear hits. Got it. Oh, had it. You're so close. Now I gotta remember how to ride this bike. I don't, oh God, it feels so different. It feels so heavy, oh my God. I guess I've already gotten used to how light mine is. I'm so not used to it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to fuck the bike up. It's so much heavier feeling. It's so weird. It feels, the front end, that thing is just like the front end can be in the air at any moment. It's the shorter wheelbase too. There's a big drop. What are the odds I can go up that? 0. I'm gonna try to do one of those. ain't gonna look steep on camera. It ain't that bad. Hi-ya! There's a little stair step rock, I think. We'll be all right. I'm not sure what'll happen after that. Kickstand. Kickstand's stuck. There we go. Do what? I can help you.
Your front end nose bounce is pretty nice.
Yeah. My front seal for my front wheel bearing, it's got grease, but it's weird. It's squealing. It's just whistling the whole time. But when you're going fast, the motor just sounds like a supercharger. I tried to do like the front tire bounce, but I wheelied a little too much. Huh? What? Oh yeah, stuff that rear tire. Oh, you had it.
Came off the peg.
Yeah, you had the front tire bump perfect.
No, I mean my right foot came completely off the peg as I preloaded.
No, I know.
Whoops.
Yeah, all good. Yeah. All right, we should probably start heading towards the other mine and then mosey back for your battery.
28%.
How much? 28?
Yeah.
Oof, I'm at 48.
It's good.
I know, it's badass. I'm used to being, I'd be so dead by now on the Altus. Let's see. 3 hours ride time. No, that's total time. An hour and 30 minutes ride time. 21.2 miles, which is probably about 18 actual. Just a little off. And I'm at 48% battery, and I started about 97, so that's badass. That's gonna be about a 30-mile range.
Yeah.
Riding like I want to ride.
I should be at 38 if I started at 100.
Holy.
Fucking cougar in there.
Oh, wow. Deep. Turn my headlight down. Holy. Yeah, that goes real far. That's pretty cool.
Oh, wow.
You see it?
Way up in there,
Yeah. Huh, I got to use my headlight finally. That part's fun. I just don't know how I turn it into that. To the right? Yeah, it's just a short little, it's not worth doing. It looks cooler than it is. Whoa, shit. I'm good. I don't know what. Yeah. Stem spun. Stupid clamp. Yeah. Up. Now what? Went too far. Stupid stem mount. I turned it down to mode 2. His battery's getting low. And just to feel how mode 2 is, it's not bad. It's a good momentum trail speed mode. Hello. Hi, puppy dog. Hi, puppy dog. There's one more behind me. Come on, Bo. All right, well, we just made it back. I've got 38% left. And he has 0% left. The last mile or so is on the road, and he actually laid out on the bike, and I stuck my foot up like this and pushed him and gave him a boost, and we made it. It was close, but of course my GoPro battery died. But this thing is badass. It's so light and nimble. I've got a few complaints, but overall I'm ecstatic with it. It's going to be awesome. It's a lot of fun. I think it's a really well made bike. A few little things I'm going to upgrade and change as I go along, but as far as that ride, plenty of range. Plenty. More than the Ultra B. He's got a 60 amp hour battery. That's the 55 amp hour battery, and it wasn't fully charged, so had it been fully charged, we probably would have made it a little further. 90%. Let's see. 90%, yeah. This is saying I did 30 miles, which is probably more like 27 or so. I'll check in a second on my phone. And that's my moving time, 2 hours and 10 minutes. But I don't know if that resets every time I cycle the ignition or not. Actually, I'm gonna try it right now and see.
I think if we both started at 100, you would end up with 25% more than me.
Yeah, probably. Yep, so riding time resets each time you cycle the ignition. 69 miles, nice. Cool. Yeah, I'm loving this bike so far. I don't even think I put a scratch on it today. I did hit the skid plate with a big rock once. So now I'm gonna go over some of the things I like about the bike, a few things I don't like about the bike, and what I think can be improved upon, because nothing is perfect. There's always room for improvement. I give the bike, say, a 8.5, 9 out of 10, just after the first ride, just based off what I've felt so far. How the bike is to ride, it's awesome. The weight is the biggest thing. Like, being, what, 167 pounds, it feels like it's just nothing out there. It's just effortless. I think the small to mid-size chassis and the big wheel combination, the 1821, you know, full size, I think that's the golden ticket. That's what makes this bike so good. And I think that's what all manufacturers ought to be doing. I mean, this is just, for people that actually ride off-road, that's the way to go. So right off the bat, we'll get this out of the way. This bike actually shipped with a stem lock, which I believe means it's one of the earlier production bikes. I think all the new ones are direct mount from the factory. So if you buy one of these bikes after, what is today, October 5th? So any of the new bikes, I believe, should come with a direct mount bar mount, which is much better. I don't think these should be on e-bikes. They should stay on mountain bikes. But that's just my opinion. The tires, I like that it comes with some actually pretty aggressive dirt-oriented tires. I mean, this is an Enduro, you know, that's what they claim. That's the model name. Front tires pretty good. Rear tires, meh at best, but you know, that's the first thing people change on bikes. You put the tires on it that you want to ride, the type of terrain you're going to ride, so not worried about that at all. The front suspension is excellent. It's a dual spring, and I haven't even honestly messed with it yet. It's set up for the style I ride really, really good. It's a lot firmer than the Alta Sigma. It's a little bit firmer than Ultra B, just based on what I know from riding them. I'm talking stock. It's KKE. It's the same brand as Ultra B. The rear suspension I'm not in love with yet, and I don't know if that's the shock or the motion ratio, the linkage. But I'm going to play around with that a little bit and see. I've been adjusting the clickers on it. It kind of pogos a little bit if you hit something that you can't prepare for, or you know, you haven't loaded the rear up to kind of absorb it better. The rear end does dance around a little bit, and I haven't found a setting yet that I like on the rear shock. So stay tuned in the future for that. It's definitely not bad by any means, but I think the front end is a little bit better. Let's see. I'm going to stick with things I don't like too much. I've seen a lot of people complain that the seat is too hard, it's too thin, it sucks. And if you ride this like a dirt bike where you're moving around a whole lot and you're not just riding down the road, going straight, not moving your butt around, I think the seat's fine. I rode for, what, 4 hours yesterday, and that was never on my mind. Oh, the seat's not uncomfortable. The seat's uncomfortable. Nope. I do wish the seat was about 4 to 6 inches longer, because you can see where it's clean right here. That's where I primarily am when I am sitting down. I do find myself sitting back a lot farther on these bikes. I'm not that big of a guy. I'm only 5'10", about 160 pounds. So if these bikes are primarily marketed for kids, it's probably fine, but it's not. I'd say 90-95% of the people that ride these are full-size adults. So yeah, it looks cool, the short little seat, but I think it's better to have that room to where you can sit where you need to when you're, you know, climbing ledges or doing whatever you're doing. So that's my only real complaint. It's not hard, it's soft. The other thing, the super thin little subframe, yeah, it looks cool, but that's inherently a weak design. This is plastic. This is the actual subframe here. It's super thin, and yeah, I think they just do that for looks, which is fine. It looks great, but it's just not a strong design. If you put a big load back here and you only have this much height here, it's gonna bend. The other thing, this seat latch method's fine. I don't dislike it. You've got a tiny little bit of room of storage, not much. If you thicken this subframe up and made it taller, it'd not only make it much stronger, it'd give you room to actually carry some stuff. And with the range this bike is capable of, I think you need to be able to carry a few spare tools, so you're not stranded 15-20 miles out in the middle of nowhere and you got to walk back. So a little bit of room. I carry a few spare tools, stuff with me. I'd like to have more room, so that's good. I bring the manual on the first ride in case it throws an error code or something and I've got no service. I can at least maybe try to figure out what's going on. This is okay. A latch would have been fine there too, but I guess that's an anti-theft thing with a battery. I don't know, because anybody can just take the seat off if you leave the bike. The battery retention method, I'm okay with it. I don't really hot swap the batteries. If you're going to race and you need to hot swap them, that's a different story. But for most people, the range on this thing is so good that this really secure method of mounting the battery, I like it. I did find some, I don't know if it was battery rattle or my kickstand coming down. When I really hit something hard with the rear tire, I would feel a clunk and hear it. Again, haven't narrowed it down. It might have been the kickstand, you know, partially coming down. The spring's not super stiff on the kickstand, but halfway through the ride, I did tighten these up because they weren't super tight. And that may be, I might not have had the battery seated completely down in its little tray down there in the bottom, but I don't know. I like this is okay with me. So we'll stick with the things I think can be improved upon. I am going to design a new subframe. Also, this is a 1/4 inch thick here, and that's all it is. There's no depth to it. So bigger guys hitting jumps or anything, I'm pretty sure you're going to be bending this subframe if you've got weight back here. I'm going to design a whole new subframe and try to retrofit an Ultra B seat because it's quite a bit longer. And I'm going to make a stiffer, deeper subframe with some storage in it so I can actually put a few things in there. Yeah, it might not look as sleek and slender, but you know, that's okay. Another thing I didn't really realize until I got the bike in person is the seat is really small. I mean, from the back to the front is at most 2 feet. So smaller than it looks. Let's see what else. The chain drive is nice. This is a 190/18, so it's pretty narrow. I believe you can fit a 100 fairly easily on here, but no tire manufacturer that I know of makes a good gummy 18-inch tire in anything narrower than a 110. So if you're like me and like to ride hard enduro and want a gummy tire, you just can't run one. You got to run like a 100. But I wish the tire manufacturers would make a lightweight 100 wide gummy tire for these bikes, because that's what they need. But I think I'm going to space the sprocket out a little bit. I've got roughly a 1/4 inch before the sprocket gets into the swing arm. I've got plenty of room up here before the chain gets into the frame, which I'm gonna have to figure out something to do with this, the chain guide. And then you can't really see it in there, but the sprocket bolts on. So it doesn't have a circlip or a snap ring to keep the sprocket from walking off. It's got a bolt. So hopefully I can just put a spacer between the motor and the sprocket and space it out, you know, a couple millimeter to try to fit a 110 rear tire. That's for the future though, but I'm already thinking ahead. Another thing I do like, this neck's down very narrow, which gives you a lot of steering angle, which is very helpful when you're in really tight stuff. I've got these steering stops turned to where the bumpers, if you turn them to here, you lose a lot of that, but these things are a little loose and they don't really stay in the position they need to. So you may need to put some grip glue or super glue or something down in there once you get them in the spot you like them in. Already talked about that. Headlight's actually pretty good. Mine came loose. Actually, that brings... So I bought this bike through Pinned Electric, which is the US distributor for all Arctic Leopards. And the bike was actually delivered while I was out of town. So for about a week it sat here and I didn't know it was, well, I couldn't mess with it because I was out of town. But the only damage, it had some damage in shipping. So the skid plate had some scratches. I didn't do those scratches, it came like that. And the front rotor was bent where the front wheel was actually pushed up against the swing arm, and you can see the marks on it here. So the rotor was out quite a bit. I straightened it the best I could, and that's kind of a thing with these rotors, is they've saved a lot of weight by cutting out all this material on the inside, but it makes them fairly weak in this dimension, this plane. So it's good and a bad. The brakes on this bike are adequate. I wouldn't say they're great. They're definitely not poor. They get the job done, and yeah, no big deal. I also like that the front has a 22 millimeter rotor, front and rear actually, and it's not the biggest. A lot of bikes come with bigger ones to try to compensate for a terrible caliper, but the smaller the better when you're riding hard off-road, because you're going to hit it on rocks. And the bigger it is, the farther it hangs down, the more likely you are to hit it. I got the wheel a little bit right there and right there. No big deal. So dealing with Pinned Electric is great. I said, hey, there's a couple issues with my bike. They said, no worries, we'll send you out all the parts that are affected. And I said, no, I don't need a new skid plate or this or that because I'm gonna make my own, but I do need a new front rotor, please. I've had a little bit of rubbing. One or two of the spokes have rubbed on the caliper a little bit, and I moved the caliper out slightly to try to stop that. It's only one or two of the spokes. It's not really a big deal. It just makes kind of a tinking noise. It's a little annoying, but not really an issue. This I don't like, and you've seen in the video when I was talking about this. This brake line needs to stay on the fork tube, and I've tried all different positions of rotating this guy, but it just kinks. And then when you compress the front suspension, this just goes out. So this needs some work, new design, I guess. I'm gonna work on one. I'll probably end up 3D printing something that's a lot taller, that guides it to where it can't just, if it's a little misaligned, kink up. So that's on the list. It didn't hurt anything. The brake line's not hurt, it's fine. It's just hanging out, trying to get snagged on something, which wouldn't be ideal. Headlight's actually pretty good. I haven't ridden it at night yet, but the pattern is a big rectangle, and then when you hit high beam, it's another rectangle that's a little bit higher. So that, if I could do anything to change this bike, I think what I would do is just make the swing arm about an inch, inch and a half longer. It's not a short wheelbase, but it's just always on the rear wheel. The front end is a little bit floaty when you're trying to, not even trying to accelerate, just climbing anything. The front wheel's in the air. The bike's very playful and nimble, and you're gonna probably lose a little bit of that, you know, stretching the wheelbase a little. But other than that, the bike is, I mean, it's stable at speed. It's just a ton of fun, and the range is amazing. That's the biggest thing. And you just can't beat it. I mean, 24 Ultra B can't hang with the range of this thing. And it's got, you know, a lot more power. You see, I'm not running the side plastics. I never intended to. Once I figured out what the frame looked like underneath them, I said, yep. I just don't think they belong. I know it's something the manufacturer's trying to do to, you know, stand out and look different and be different, but I think they're just going to get scratched up instantly by boots or whatever. And if people like it, that's great. The Vetra bike, you know, it's the same bike for the most part. It's just got a couple little differences with the plastics and stuff. When I saw that frame, I said, you know, I'm going to pick one of these up because the range is just awesome. But I kind of dismissed these bikes when they first came out just because I didn't like the way those plastics looked. But hey, it looked really good underneath. I've actually completely disassembled this bike when I got it, and I laser scanned the entire thing, all the components individually. So I'll save time designing new parts for it. I actually have to take the bike apart and measure everything. It's already in my computer, and I can just go from there and then prototype the parts and bolt them on for test fit and testing. But again, I think right out of the box, this bike is 8.5, 9 out of 10. I mean, it's really, really good. And it's better than I expected, honestly. So I'm very happy with it so far, but I'm gonna keep everybody up to date on how the bike's doing, if I have any issues with it, anything like that. So yeah, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.